Hi everyone, welcome to Module 4. We are going to move on to counting routines for this module. There may have been a syllabus or two that was sent out prior to the class starting where it listed Module 4 as being visual routines. I think after some reflection, after reading your reflections and reading your posts this week, I think that we are ready to move on to counting routines, so that's what we're going to do for this module. I want to address the homework of Module 3. I have not responded or replied to any posts yet. It's Sunday morning, and I have not responded, and that is for a purpose. I wanted to see what you guys communicated with each other before responding. So if there are any unanswered questions that you asked in your reflection that weren't answered in the replies, I'll go back in and try to answer some of those questions. But otherwise, the purpose of the homework was really just to have you guys collaborate with each other. And there's a lot of power in teachers collaborating and sharing ideas with each other. And each of you live this day in and day out. And so I really just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to share your thoughts and ideas with each other. So moving on to Module 4. As I began to reread through this chapter in planning of this module, I got really excited about all of the differentiation opportunities that are available to our students in this routine. So we have preschool teachers all the way through Learning Center teachers who teach 5th and 6th grade students. And every single one of you will find something to meet the learning objectives of the students you work with. There are examples of what this looks like in both whole group and small group. There are examples of ways to scaffold the routine for those who are new in their learning and ways to extend for those who are further along in the continuum of number sense. So I definitely think that you guys are going to get a lot out of this module. I just want to say, I know a lot of you are doing conferences this week, so good luck. I know it makes for a long week. And if you need anything at all, go ahead and please reach out. I hope you enjoy this module. Our learning goal for this module is the same. It's to develop a deeper understanding of number sense routines. And the learning activities that you guys are going to do this module is to read, to learn about counting routines, to plan counting routines based on current needs of your students, and then as always to reflect on current practices. So this chapter uses the idea of estimation as one way to enrich or extend the learning for those that need it. And so I just wanted to talk about estimation real quick. So estimation is a hard concept for students to grasp. They don't see the purpose of it. They don't really know how to do it. And so we often default to estimation as an educated guess, which leads students to guessing without any real thought. A couple years ago, Graham Fletcher was in town, and always part of his routines is having the students make an estimation before they solve. And he said that estimation is really the strategic choice of number. So as you're thinking about ways that you're going to incorporate estimation into your classroom, if that's something that you choose to do, letting kids know, I wrote it on like a note card when we were doing some estimation activities, and I just put it next to the picture of what I was having the students estimate. Strategic choice of number. So I'm using what I know to pick a number. So for instance, if I'm asked to guess how many candy corn are in this jar, I won't just throw out a random number like 254. I will look at the picture and maybe I count all the ones that I can see. And then I think that maybe I can see 1/6 or 1/8 of what is actually in the jar. So I take the number that I counted times 6, 7, or 8, and then I come up with my estimation. So I strategically chose my number. So keep this in mind as you work with your students, and let me know if you have any questions. In this chapter, you'll find some information about an organic number line, and it may not be applicable to all grade levels. I did want to point out second grade, October 7th through November 2nd. If you are a Papillion second grade teacher, you are going to have a couple lessons. They actually did it as number talks, but it's fractions on a number line. So the idea of an organic number line may be something that you want to try in your classroom and have it be a number routine that carries through your fraction unit. So that's something for you to try. And then I know we have a lot of special education teachers in here, so this may be something as I know 5th graders are going to be moving to fractions here pretty soon, so this may be something that if you have an area where your students meet that you may want to try with them as well. It'd be a good activity for intervention time or enrichment. Okay, I was getting ready to do a presentation on early numbers, and I remembered that I had this website called thelearningtrajectories.org, and in our book, at the beginning of the book, it refers to the work that Clements and Sarama have done in the area of learning trajectories and how students progress through certain skills, usually in the same way. So I was looking back and I thought that I had already shared this resource with you guys, and I did not. So I want to make sure that I take this opportunity to do it. So it's LT Squared is a web-based tool for early childhood educators to learn how children think and learn about mathematics and how to teach mathematics to young children, birth to age 8. The website provides teachers with access to information about learning trajectories for math. Teachers can also review short clips of children's thinking along math learning trajectories. So if you have a student who is a conceptual subitizer, there's actually a video that shows you what you should see your child or your student doing. And then you can access hundreds of classroom activity ideas to support children development along those math trajectories. And for preschool teachers, it aligns to your GOLD curriculum. So what you need to do is you need to go to learningtrajectories.org and you create an account, and then you have to create a class. You don't have to add any kids' names, just create a class. And then once you do that, you'll get what the screen looks like now, where you can select your age. So if you say kindergarten and you want it, the category that you want is number, and then if you look then further down on the page, it'll show you in yellow where your students should be based on the information that you've entered. Then if you click on that, there's a video of what it looks like. Scroll down, there are small group activities that you can use with your students. This is a gold mine for those of you that may be running out of ideas for your intervention time. New ideas on there. They have the resources, the PDFs, and I really want you guys to take the time to look at this. There are computer games. The computer games are fun. On the next screen, I'm going to show you what those look like, unless it will let me click. Nope, it won't let me click. But the computer games are fun, so if you have access to computers in your building, it may be something that you want your students to do in a small group during math workshop. But this is definitely worth your time. I did share it with all of our instructional coaches on Friday. So all of our instructional coaches at all of our elementary buildings in Papillion have had the chance to explore this website. So sorry I didn't share it with you earlier. I thought I did, but as I was looking through, I couldn't find it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you can find something on there that you can take away and use with your students. Here's an example of the game. So on this game, it's working on quick images. So you'll see in the first picture that there is a quick image of fingers, right? And then that goes away. And then it looks like the second picture where you have to select the number that matched the picture. It's fun. I think the kids would really like it. All right, guys, homework from this module is to read the chapter on counting routines and then pick one of the tasks that I listed. So either develop a 5-day sequence of counting routines based on current student need, and that can be whole class or small group, or try out the use of the organic number line with a counting routine, and then all you need to do is snap me a picture of your organic number line that you have in your classroom and how it is working, and then do a paragraph reflection of how it's working with your students. Okay? And just a heads up, Module 5, there will not be any additional reading. So in the next module, there will be no additional reading. We will live in the counting routines chapter for Module 5. Module 5 is halfway through our semester, so the homework for the next module will be to record yourself doing a number sense routine with your students, whole class or small group. I will ask you to watch your recording and use a document that I'm going to provide to you to facilitate your reflection. Okay, so we have a lot of different options available. Many of your buildings in Papillion La Vista have access to swivels if you don't have someone available to record your teaching. If it doesn't work out, or if I need to come out to the building and record for you, I am willing to do that. I am more than happy to help. I don't want this to be a stressful situation. Remember, this is just your number routine, so it would only be like a 10-minute recording max, right? 10, 11 minutes. These are short, okay? So that's for the next module, not this module, but I did want to give you guys a heads up of what was coming, just so that you had that in your mind and you were thinking about what routine you wanted to record. And then yeah, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And again, I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you later.